Are you looking to move to Powhatan, Virginia, but want to know, what can I buy? Well, this video, we're going to break down what you can get in Powhatan County for between $450,000 and $500,000. Let's go. What's up, guys? I am Jared Davis and this is Galen Parker. We run the Davis Group with eXp Realty here. We are actually standing right in the town of Powhatan. So if you've watched some of our videos, you've seen us do things like Midlothian and Glen Allen and the city of Richmond, some of the really busy areas. But let that truck pass. A lot of people want to know, well, what if I want something more rural? What if I want to have a little more land, be more in the country? Powhatan is a great place to look at. So we wanted to start in the town because, as you can see, it's very cute. We've got a courthouse right on our left. We've got the county seat restaurant. And what we're coming up on now is a coffee shop that just opened in about the last year or so. I'm gonna give them a little pan. There's the courthouse, county seats over here. And then here's this cute little coffee shop called Rise and Grind. Galen, you wanna walk over here and we can kind of stand out of the way? So ultimately, this is the township of Powhatan. You've got a public house, a new restaurant right down here. They have a new distillery called Three Crosses Distillery. So there's a lot of up and coming things, but this is still essentially a town. It's a country area. Galen, what are we going to be looking at today as far as houses go?
So I'm gonna try to bring myself back into the pan here.
Camera issues this morning.
If you've watched some of our other videos, there's been a lot of requests regarding like, what is the subdivision like? What is the neighborhood like? Well, that's kind of unique when you come to Powhatan. We're gonna look at some new construction homes. We're gonna be off of Jude's Ferry, some of the popular thoroughfares. We're looking at some of the other homes that maybe have been here for a couple years. What is nice about Powhatan, a lot of people gravitate to this area because they want a little bit of space. And if that's what you're looking for, well, then we will take care of you today. We're looking at houses between 25 to 2,800 square feet. We're going to be at $264 per square foot, all the way down to $195 per square foot. A lot of these are going to have, you know, an acre plus of land that you can kind of spread out, enjoy the scenery. So I hope you enjoy. Let's go.
All right, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if we can help you in your search, if you're moving here or if you already have a house here and you're looking to sell, feel free to contact us. All of our information is in our videos below. You can set up a calendar appointment with us. We have an email down there, all of our links. So again, we'll head to the first property now and we'll see you in a second. Alrighty, so we are standing at house number 1 in Erin Hill. The road is called Woody Tavern Court. And what is very cool about this is actually a neighborhood that's literally walking distance from where we just opened the video. So whereas a lot of Powhatan, obviously you are gonna be on more rural land, maybe rural country roads. If you do want to live out in the country but still have walkability, this is it. So Galen, rotate for them so they can see the house. Which way are we going?
We're spinning it.
So this neighborhood is built by Craftmaster Homes, which is a nice builder here in the area, a nice big local builder. But again, this neighborhood right out this road that we're standing on here leads you right to Public House. It's one of the few really good restaurants here in Powhatan. Great drinks, great cocktails, good menu, good vibe. And you can literally walk out this front door and walk to Public House. If you wanted to walk down to the distillery in town, if you wanted to walk to the coffee shop, it's all doable. But Galen, what is really unique about this house and this neighborhood for being in Powhatan?
So one of the things that we notice that if you're in the counties, a lot of times you've got HOAs and they handle different type of maintenance. But when you come out to an area like this, that doesn't exist. But with this neighborhood and this house, they do all of your lawn maintenance for you, which is very unique. Now it's coming out about $217 per month, but as you can see, it looks picturesque.
Yep, and as far as the house goes, building quality, obviously you get standard vinyl windows and things like that nowadays, but they are using hardy plank. That is a huge step above as far as pricing goes for just the area. Vinyl is going to be much cheaper, but all of these going down this street are hardy plank. It's a pretty small neighborhood, so you're not going to have necessarily a clubhouse, but if you are looking for a neighborhood that does your maintenance and you still want to be in the county, this is a good choice. This house right here is going for $456,000. It's 2,367 square feet, sitting right under $200 a square foot, right around 193 bucks. So what you'll see is some of what we're going to show you today will actually be less than that, because obviously it's not new construction, but we'll also go up from there too, and there's some that's going up into the 200 per square foot. So this is kind of the middle range, and again, your neighbors are close, so you may be saying, hey, I'm watching a Powhatan video, I don't want neighbors to be close to me, and that's totally fine. We wanted to give you an option that's in town, that's in Powhatan, that's still, you know, only 15 minutes back to the highway, less, you know what I mean, to get into town. But now we'll go show you some other houses that give you a little bit more space from your neighbors, a little more of that Powhatan feel. Let's roll to house number 2. All right, guys, so we are standing at house number 2. We are actually in the Links at Mill Quarter. So only about 4 minutes back to the town proper and our last house that we were in. The good thing about this is now you're gonna start getting some bigger lots and you are on a golf course. So Mill Quarter is one of the clubs here in Powhatan. So if you like to golf, it's a really nice option. This house actually sits directly on one of the holes, and you're only a few minutes back to Midlothian Turnpike, Anderson Highway, which is the main thoroughfare that runs out to Powhatan. If you want to start shooting back into town, or if you need to go grocery shopping, Walmart, couple Food Lions, they're all there. So Galen, tell them a little bit about this house.
So looking at this house, it's $484,000. It's $24.78 in the square foot. So that's kind of a very similar square foot that we looked at the last house, 195 bucks. 4 bed, 2 bath. As Jared mentioned, we're gonna look at some of these pictures on the inside to see some of the trimmings. What is nice is that, as Jared mentioned, you're on the golf course. I played Mill Quarter. It's a really fun place if you guys are into golfing. But you're at about an acre 0.1, so you get a little bit more land as opposed to what we just saw. High school, every house that we're going to show you is all going to be Powhatan, because it's that type of place where it's one high school for a very, very large county. So that kind of helps you understand that. When you notice in our last video that we have, when it was close to the restaurant, close to the neighborhood, they had like little sidewalks, all of those things. In this location, you're not going to have that. We're going to let this truck pass really quick. You're not going to have that per se, but it's a great large area. We'll pan around just to kind of see. Gives you kind of that country feel, country living that a lot of you guys have mentioned to us in the comments. We want to see something with a little more acreages, and so that's kind of what you're getting with this property.
Alrighty, so that is that one. We have 2 more. One is new construction, but on its own lot, and the other is a resale off of Jude's Ferry. So let's go check out the last 2 now. Alrighty, so we're at house number 3, and as you can see, this is another new construction house. Well, what you're gonna find if you're looking at some of these outlying counties in the rural areas, Powhatan, Goochland, a lot of these little builders, these custom guys, are coming out and they're buying anywhere from 5 to 10 acre lots. Nowadays with Powhatan, I believe they're requiring 10 acres. It used to be less. In Goochland, you're gonna see more like 5 acre lots. But they're building a lot of these little craftsman style ranch houses. So if you're wanting more land than, again, being in an actual neighborhood, this is actually right on Anderson Highway. So you still turn down a driveway, you still come up a few hundred feet so you're off of the main road, but you're literally sitting on 10 acres. If we panned around a little bit, you'll see there's a pond. There's other driveways where you can kind of see, Galen, maybe we can give them a little bit. There's a dumpster still under construction. So there's a pond back here. You can kind of see where they're clearing all these lots back. And this is gonna be a really big thing you see as you're looking in the county. So again, it's a 1-level home. It's a ranch style living. It's 10 acres. It's brand new construction. Galen, you want to break down a little bit of the stats for them on what they're getting, what they're having to pay for if they want new construction on this much acreage?
So as you look at kind of the house, and we're going to show you some of the pictures, and you know, some of these pictures are obviously going to be builder renderings. It's not exactly what the house looks like because it's not done as we just highlighted by looking at it. But so a house like this, it's $480,000. It's 1,800 square feet. So this one for today is going to have the largest per square foot cost at $264. So you're thinking, well, why am I paying for this much? Well, as Jared just highlighted, for a lot of people who live out in the Powhatan area, the Goochland, and we'll show you videos for those areas later, they're wanting acreage. And so like the last house was like 1.1 acres. This one's 10. So that gives you a lot of room to kind of do whatever you want to do. So you've got the pond in the background. This is a 4-bed, 2 bath. So as we've talked about in many of our videos, you're going to pay a premium for new construction. That's basically how it is everywhere. But the opportunity to get new construction, 10 acres, you are close to Anderson Highway, but you're not very close, because as we'll do a little B-roll out, you'll see that it's a long driveway. You're not going to be on top of your neighborhood, your neighbors. And if you're looking in Powhatan, these are some of the things that you're asking us for and what you're needing.
Yep, and this is all on one level. So if you're looking for just empty nesting, if you're looking for retirement, you're typically gonna pay more per square foot for a one-level home than building up. Most people don't understand that, but ultimately, if you have over 2,000 square feet on one level versus going up, that's gonna be more roof space, it's gonna be more foundation space, so your cost overall is going to go up a fair amount. So that's one of the reasons, obviously, that you see such a high price per square foot on this one, in addition to all that acreage. Again, this is gonna be Anderson Highway. This is farther out. You're actually probably about 25 minutes back into town from here. And by town, I mean like Midlothian, Chesterfield proper. You can get back to the Food Lions within about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Walmart's probably about 14, 15 from here. So
what do you think? Like, we're thinking about 40 to 50 minutes downtown into Richmond?
Yeah, if you're looking to commute into the city, you are looking at about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where in Powhatan you are. Part of the reason that is because 60 is going to be your main route back in, and then once you get back in, you still kind of have to run south down 288 and up either Powhatan or north up 288 and then down 64. But 60 is going to be your main drag, and then if you're looking kind of in that shore pump region to commute there, you can catch things like 522. It's Maiden's Road. That's another main road that runs from Powhatan up into Goochland and then straight up into 64 as well. So again, look at the map, try to get a good bearing, and again, if you need our help, call us. But we have one more house to show you, and then we'll wrap this video up, and hopefully we did our jobs and you kind of have a good idea what's going on in Powhatan these days. Let's go. All right, guys, we are at our last stop, and if you look above us, it looks like an incredible house, but it's actually not. We are actually standing at my favorite place in Powhatan. This is a place I frequent regularly. It's called Fine Creek. I will talk about it in just a second. We tried to go to our last house. It wasn't a great place to stop and stand in front of, so we figured we'd talk to you about the last house here. This house is off of Jude's Ferry Road. This is gonna be one of the really nice curvy roads in Goochland, in between Route 60 and Huguenot Trail. That's Route 711. It's another route back into town. Really cool, really cool road. Really cool houses on this road. Galen, tell them a little bit about this house that we're gonna put photos of.
We're gonna take a couple of photos here so you guys get a better look at it. I'm glad that Jared made the executive decision not to, because we almost died. The things we do for you guys to record some of this content so that you can get a better idea of the city in which you're moving to. So the house that we were looking at here off of Jude's Ferry, it's $465,000, and you'll probably notice that by square foot, per square foot, it's only $155. So that's the lowest one we've had this video. And the reason for that, it's a little bit, I don't want to say out of date, but you know, maybe the other ones have had more upgrades recently, but it's still a huge house at about 3,000 square feet. So you're looking at 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. So that's a lot of house. And as you look at some of these pictures, you'll kind of get a feel of what that brings you. You're about 2 acres. So it's less than the last one at 10 acres, but more than some of the other ones. But it's a really nice house but for that price point. If you're looking at this area, you're really going to really enjoy that. But Jared, please tell us, and you're going to see a lot of B-roll, please tell us a little bit about Fine Creek.
Yeah, so Fine Creek is a brewery in Powhatan. They do not only beer, but they also do wine. There's a very loud car, so I'm gonna let that go by. So Fine Creek, it is one of the coolest, if not definitely the coolest. It's my favorite place in Powhatan. I'm actually building a house in Goochland. We'll do some videos on that, but it's a short drive down. This is what you would call a farm style brewery. As you can see, it's a beautiful setting. It's got We'll pivot. We got all of these little gardens here that they use. Now, what's cool about this place is not only do they do beer and wine, I believe they maybe even do some cider, but if you look back here, all of these are little tiny houses. So there's actually a wedding venue, and you can stay here whether you're at a wedding or if you're just wanting to come up for a nice weekend. So if you're looking to move to Powhatan, this is a great place to book a room and come stay while you're looking around the area. Tons of picnic tables, spots for for families, kids, a pavilion. They have bands. They do a food menu that's custom farm to table, and they change it every single month. So every month it's a new menu. The food is incredible. It is the place to come out and hang out if you're in Powhatan. And even if you're not, if you live in Midlothian, if you live in Richmond, if you live in, you know, whatever.
Make the
Goochland,
drive.
This is one of the coolest places to come drive. There's also a place called Fine Creek Provision. So even though we started at a coffee shop, Rise and Grind, this also has a place where they make custom pastries every single day. I mean, think French bakery, absolutely incredible. Coffee, some kind of, you know, farmer's market style items and things like that you can pick up, bottle of wine, all that good stuff. So definitely check out Fine Creek. That is it. That is everything that we wanted to show you today between $450,000 and $500,000 in Powhatan. You can also spend less money. We can also spend a lot more money. So depending on what you want, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to help you. Again, like and subscribe, all of our information if you want to reach out to us. We would love to help you find your dream home, whether it's in Powhatan or anywhere else in Central Virginia. This is Living in Richmond, and we appreciate you taking the time to watch us today. We were just at Bugs. This is actually sitting on a golf course.
That sounds like a 1994 Civic, Honda Civic.
Okay. That bug just hit me right in the eye as I was trying to film this thing. I'm so angry right now because I'm getting hot and now I'm uncomfortable filming, and then once I get uncomfortable, it's just like